Hello, and welcome. This is your English listening practice. Take a deep breath, relax, and listen carefully. Let's begin. Today, I want to share a simple story, a calm and thoughtful experience. My trip to the museum. Have you ever walked into a place and felt like time suddenly slowed down? A place where every object has a story to tell? It was a quiet morning. The sky was soft and gray, and the air felt cool and peaceful. I didn't have any big plans that day. I just wanted to go somewhere calm, somewhere different. So I decided to visit a museum. It had been a long time since my last visit, and honestly, I didn't know what to expect. When I arrived, the building stood tall and silent. The doors were wide, and as I walked inside, everything felt still. The noise of the outside world slowly disappeared. Inside, it was calm and quiet. People walked slowly, speaking in soft voices, as if they didn't want to disturb the past. I bought my ticket and stepped into the first gallery. The room was filled with paintings. Large paintings, small paintings, bright colors and soft shades. Each one was different. I walked slowly, from one painting to another. At first, I didn't understand much. Some paintings looked simple, some looked confusing. But then, I stopped in front of one painting. It showed a woman, standing near a window. The light was falling softly on her face, and her expression felt quiet, but emotional. I stood there for a long time. I didn't know the full story, but somehow I could feel something. Maybe she was waiting for someone. Maybe she was thinking. Maybe she was feeling lonely. In that moment, I realized something. Art doesn't always need words. Sometimes you just feel it. I moved to the next section. This time, it was filled with old objects, ancient tools, coins, clothes, and small everyday items, things that people used hundreds of years ago. I looked at an old wooden chair. It was simple, a little worn, but strong. And I thought, who sat on this chair? What kind of life did they live? What were their dreams? Their worries? That small object suddenly felt very meaningful. As I walked further, I entered a larger hall. There were statues, tall and beautiful. Some were broken, but still powerful. One statue caught my attention. It was a figure, standing with confidence. The details were so clear. The face, the hands, the posture. It felt alive, even though it was made of stone. I walked around it slowly, looking from every angle. I imagined the artist, working patiently, shaping every detail with care. It must have taken so much time, so much effort. And now, it stood there, silent, but full of presence. After some time, I felt a little tired, so I sat on a bench in the middle of the museum. I looked around. People were still walking slowly, some reading, some were just observing. No one was in a hurry, and that felt very different. In our daily lives, we are always rushing, thinking about the next task, the next plan, the next problem. But here, time felt slower. I could breathe. I could think. I could simply be. After resting for a while, I decided to visit one last section. It was a photography gallery, black and white photos, capturing real moments. A child laughing, an old man sitting alone, a busy street, a quiet village. Real life, frozen in time. One photo stayed in my mind. It showed a girl looking out of a train window. Her eyes were full of curiosity and maybe a little hope. That photo felt very real. It reminded me how powerful simple moments can be. Before leaving, I took one last walk through the museum. Everything felt a little different now. At the beginning, I was just looking. But now, I was feeling. The paintings, the objects, the statues, the photos, they were not just things. They were stories. Stories of people, of time, of life. As I stepped outside, the world felt louder again. Cars passing, people talking, phones ringing. But inside me, there was still calm. That quiet feeling stayed with me. And I realized this was not just a visit. It was an experience, a reminder to slow down, to observe, and to appreciate small things. So, if you ever feel tired or overwhelmed, maybe you can visit a place like this, a place where time slows down and stories quietly speak to you. Now, take a deep breath. You did a great job listening. If you didn't understand everything, that is okay. Listen again. Practice every day, and your English will improve. Thank you for listening. See you in the next practice.